Psycho. I'm Bush. It's Psycho Bush Talk. Yeah, welcome.
Fat ass bitches who love our food.
Oh, hang on. Fuck yeah.
I swear to God, it's giving me COVID. That's a huge thing. You buy internet stuff. We call each other cunt. We call each other mate, cobber. Also, we do not call each other cupcake. Fucking sitting there like, oh man, that's fucking. Oh, God damn it. We birthed human beings from our fucking vagina.
Just get fucked.
Get fucked. Fuck, I can do that in my sleep.
Fucking Jesus.
Oh my God. I've got me tea. It's slippery when wet.
One fucking hate the word noise.
Oh, there's the Biscoff. Oh my God, Biscoff.
Oh, Biscoff. Do not go to an Aussie. Love my tacos. Now, this bloody Shirley.
I have a rant.
Psycho rants. We're going to do the fucking Psycho Bush rants.
Psycho rant. Time for a Psycho rant.
Yeah, so she's giving me the eyes right now. Just straight off the fucking bat, you know.
Fucking savage. Fucking like, follow, share. Bitches, nah.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome
What's
back.
happening?
It has been a while, but
The fuck's going on, bitches?
Thank you very much for listening, guys. We very much appreciate it. Welcome back to Psycho Bush Talk.
Welcome the new fucking listeners and the new followers. G'day to the new subscribers of the podcast.
Yes.
Thanks for fucking hitting that plus button. That's all we ask is you to hit that plus button because it's completely free, guys. And these two people have just won the fucking lottery with it. Ding, ding, ding.
But yes, no, thank you very much for everyone who's actually following us, liking us, liking the episodes, playing the episodes, everything, going out on our Facebook, interacting with us. We very, very much appreciate it, and we thank you. All right.
Yeah, it's great because we're getting all that viewing that we want, you know.
Yes.
You know, we can't really do much on TikTok these days because, you know, we got the warnings.
Yeah, every time we go live, especially when the two of us go live, we always get banned or we always get warnings or some fucking shit.
But at least the music playlists are doing really well. What have we got again? We've got Apple, we've got Spotify, we've got oh god, you're good at this one, not me.
Well, is this where all the podcast is? All right.
Where all the podcast and the music lists are and stuff, because you know the music list that we do every episode, it's got like a big combination, so you can just go and just hit that shuffle button, and we can just
Combination.
go crazy.
Combination is not the word. It is a minefield of all different genres of music. There's every fucking thing on there that you could possibly can imagine.
Some that tend to make your mum blush.
Yeah, there's a couple of songs there that my mum just when I travel and I always play the playlist and that sort of thing, especially when I'm driving at night time. Some songs on there that really make me mum think, what the fuck is this?
Well, that's Amanda. That's Amanda for you.
But no, the podcast.
She was more or less looking at you and discuss, like, really, Matt? You listen to this shit until you turned around and said, no, it was one of Amanda's suggestions. And she's like, oh, okay, that fits.
Yeah, actually, I do say that. She actually says to me now, I'm assuming this is Amanda's choice, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
But it is what it is. It's a great playlist either way, and the list is growing every single episode. I think, the top of my head, I think there's like nearly fucking 50 different music tracks on there now. I think it goes for over 3.5 hours, 4 hours with music now. So
that's just because we're at episode 8 already, Matt.
Yes, we're on episode 8, and like I said, it's been a few drinks had before, or in between, but Hey, we've got lives too. We're busy, and it's just been one of those times where we've kind of had to take a bit of a break from it.
What?
And just one
I'm
of those
just
things.
going to make a pact here and now to
Yeah.
our podcasters. We are going to post weekly, okay? We will post minimum once weekly.
Yes.
We're going to make that pact. We're not going to set a date.
No, there's no dates.
We want to keep you guessing a little bit, but we will give you some stability by saying that we'll see you once a week.
At least, guys.
It's just, with the way our lives work, it's just easier to give you the promise of once a week rather than an actual date, because every time it comes to it, I'm either exhausted, Matt's exhausted, or the kids are just driving me bloody insane.
But the whole thing is too, guys, one thing you got to understand, and if you don't know the situation with us, we're in different states, different time zones. It's about 2 hours apart, but it's a bit different. I'm later than she is, right? Mm-hmm. So it kind of messes up in some ways, but once I'm in the same state, then we'll probably upload more. Probably most likely.
Oh, mate, we'll have videos on YouTube. Oh, sorry, we can't mention YouTube.
You're not supposed to say nothing. What the fuck?
But anyway, back to those other areas where we've posted. What have we got? We've got iHeartRadio.
Yeah, all right, okay. Let's see. Let's see if you can get them all. Come on. iHeartRadio.
Okay. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple.
Come on.
What was the other one?
I told you that the other day.
Amazon.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
And there's another one. I can't.
Come on. Oh, come on. There's two more.
Two more.
There's two more. We're on 5.
I can't remember the other two. It's not TikTok.
Google.
Oh, Google. Okay.
But this is the thing. Google have now changed it. Now, this is going to be really, on my side, on the technology side, it's going to be a bit fucky aroundy. But Google have now stopped podcasts. They want the podcast to go straight onto YouTube. That's the whole thing. So we might actually be getting uploaded to YouTube either way on our channel.
Hey, at least we don't have to put a fucking lot of effort into it.
Well, that's the fucking thing. And the other one was Castbox.
That was it. I noticed that. I thought it was called Circuit Box.
And well, I actually looked it up the other day, actually, our podcast, and we're on this other one called Seance. Seance? S-O-N-S-E.
So it wouldn't be Seance. What is it?
S-O-N-S-E. Sonce? I think that's what it is. Oh, no.
I don't know, but it's not seance. That's a fucking witch ritual, man. Like,
hey, that's my
relax.
That's my dyslexic. So leave me alone. But
right.
But if you look it up, if you just go on the Google, guys, and just look up Psycho Bush Talk, you'll see all the things on there. But yes, we are on episode 8, but yeah,
my goodness,
it's been one hell of a ride so far. It's going to get fucking better, guys. So that's one thing. So basically, what have you been up to?
Me?
What have you been up to? Fuck all.
Just fucking catching up with everything, with the housework. Like, hubby's gone back to work for a week after being off for 3 weeks, which is so nice. I don't know.
Not much at all.
Bit of that.
Bit of this, bit of that.
Bit of this, bit of that.
Well,
wait. Did I have my birthday before the last episode? I don't know, but I'm a year older.
No. I don't think we did. I don't think you had your birthday the last episode. I think we were talking about your birthday. I'm pretty sure. Probably. Because I would have mentioned...
It was last Thursday when I had the birthday.
And I think it's been nearly over a week since we uploaded.
I think it's like a week and 2 days.
Because I
think it was like last Wednesday that we recorded it, and then you posted it on Thursday, because even though it was my birthday, I forgot to send you the description, and then I sent it to you.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Yes.
But you had a free pass. It's all good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so you've just been catching up on the old housework, basically.
Yep. Taking the boys to footy, gearing them up for their first AFL game on Sunday. Just same shit, different day, you know.
So that's what I mean, guys. We've got lives. We've got shit. We've got responsibilities. Well, I have been recently. It's been Anzac Day for our Australian viewers, and for the international. If you don't know what that is, well, okay,
look it up in the history books.
Exactly. It basically means Anzac means Australian New Zealand Army Corps. It's our it's the day where Australian forces, New Zealand forces, went on Gallipoli in World War One.
They died in Gallipoli.
Hey?
When they died in Gallipoli?
Yeah, with the first landings of Gallipoli, yeah. It basically just tributes all the
Anzac Day in Australia and New Zealand holiday on April 25th that commemorates the landing in 1915 during World War One of the Australian and New Zealand Army Corps on the Gallipoli Peninsula.
That's it.
There you go.
But now we celebrate all the conflicts and all the things.
Yeah, well, it's a National Day of Remembrance, okay, that broadly commemorates all the Australians and New Zealanders who served and died in all wars, conflicts, and peacekeeping operations, and the contribution and suffering of all those who've served.
Yeah. And I went to the dawn service, and even though it was absolutely freezing, but it was also good to be there.
I don't personally partake in that because I don't have a right to.
Okay.
Well, as I said to you last time, like, my heritage is British and Welsh. I can't remember if my Auntie Deb is, because she was born in Australia, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not sure. But as far as I've known from all of my life, is I'm the firstborn Australian in my entire heritage, and that. And as I showed you the other day, thanks to my Auntie Deb, like, my family dates back to the 1600s in Yorkshire alone. And in Durham and Yorkshire.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, Durham and Yorkshire. all in Britain.
Yeah.
We weren't a part of Australia. We weren't a part of Australian history, of the bleak histories or anything like that. So I just, I love my country for who it is and for how it is. I have my minute of silence. I say our prayers for them. I say lest we forget, I do all those things, but I just don't feel right to speak on the situation because I didn't have grandparents that served in it or anything like you did, Matt. You had a grandfather that served.
My mum's dad, my great-grandfather, he served in Gallipoli and got his eye shot out. He served in Gallipoli in the Somme in France. I've had very close family members served in World War II. I've had some granduncles who were nearly going to go into Vietnam. I've had some very close friends who served in Vietnam. My mate personally served in Australia, in Afghanistan. So
my father, my grandfather, I'm not sure on my great-grandfather before that, or the great-great-grandfather before that. I'm pretty sure they did because they didn't have a choice back then. But we're an Air Force family, British Air Force, Royal British Air Force.
Yep.
So
old AAF.
Yeah. Technically, we are part of armed forces, but not army forces.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
See, I've got the utmost respect. I will say my prayers and I will be respectful and I will never disrespect that, but I just don't feel I have the right personally
Yeah. Hey, that's fair enough. That's absolutely fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get into that probably in a later date, later episodes. We might do an episode about it or something like that.
You tell us of your experience.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. Yeah, just send us your stories and we'll tell them. We'll speak it out on the podcast and then tell your story. But roughly, yeah. So basically, we want to thank all the people who want to join our Facebook likes and that type of stuff. We appreciate everything that everyone's doing on Facebook. Make sure you go over to our TikToks as well. Aussie Bushman and Psycho Witch 29, 23 or 29, and go and give us a follow on there. And I've got the hiccups for some reason. And go and check us all that. Go and follow us and like our videos that we chuck on there. I've got some very interesting photos and not photos, videos on there. She's got some great photos in. I said it again, photos. Fuck's sake, Matt. Videos on there. Especially there was one that you done that this lady drew your picture.
Yeah.
On a live, and it looks fucking fantastic. You actually put a video up of it, and it's unreal how good it was.
Do you know what's really fucking disappointing? I showed my husband.
Yeah.
I showed some of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really want to show my mum because we know what that will be like.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Nobody's really made a fuss over it. Nobody was like, wow, that's a really good picture of the shit. Like, that's a good fucking picture for such a short period of time. I took it like, 15, 20 minutes?
Well, you and me were on the phone and you sent me the live, and then by the time I actually got onto the link and actually joined you, she started drawing already. And that only took her about 10, 15 minutes. But the amount of detail that was in it was unreal. Good.
Amazing.
But
absolutely amazing. And I really liked her. What was her name again? Let me see if I can pull it up.
Just the amount of detail that she put around your eyes, your hair. She even chucked in, because I think you were wearing the earrings at the time. The amount of detail that she put in with the earrings, like just as like the shade of the earrings. She got everything pretty bang on when it comes to you and your profile.
Air Reese at art _ Aries AIRESSE24.
Well, the whole thing is, guys, if you'd like to too, you want to post that video on our Facebook page, and you get to see for yourselves, and then we'll tag her underneath it. And
mate, she's super duper talented. She does some amazing pictures. Like, you have to check her out.
Well, on her live, she had about 10, 15 around her, like on the ones that she's been doing, and they look fucking excellent. Really, really excellent. But
absolutely phenomenal. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
No, for sure. Now, we have got a very specific episode here today. It's all about ADHD within me. And it's a very, I would say, a very sentimental topic, especially for Amanda, because she has ADHD.
Have been diagnosed since 1995 when I was just 4 years old, which was very unheard of back then.
Yeah, it was. It was always classed as ADD when I was growing up.
Yeah, no, actually, well, when I was diagnosed, because we were diagnosed and we're under the help of one of the leading child psychologists at the time in the 90s, Dr. Graham Bradley. And he was children's psychologist and behavioral therapist. He was great. So cool. Every time he came over, he had, like, he'd go to his trunk and he'd tell us to come to his trunk with him, and he'd go to the car, and he'd pop the boot.
Yeah.
And it just toys. You could pick whatever you wanted, one toy from his boot at the end of every session if we did as we were told.
All right.
He was great. But yeah, he diagnosed us back then.
Oh, well.
Which was extremely difficult back then to diagnose females because it wasn't really recognised the same way in females. So he was above the curve for the time.
Well, would you like to start us off with today's topic?
Factual static. Both of our English is suffering.
Yes, it is.
Now, let me get the water. me.
No. The whole hairball chuckle. You sound like a fucking kid.
Okay.
Coming from hairball.
So hitting it in with the factual statistics. During their lifetime, 13% of men will be diagnosed with ADHD. Just 4.2% of women will be diagnosed. The average age of ADHD diagnosis is 7 years old. Symptoms of ADHD typically first appear between the ages of 3 and 6. 5 years old, average age of diagnosis for children with severe ADHD. 7 years old for the average age of diagnosis for children with moderate ADHD, and 8 years old for an average age of diagnosis for children with mild ADHD.
Right.
ADHD was,
Shit.
Yeah. ADHD affects around 1 in 20 Australian adults, which is over 1.2 million people, Matt.
Big number. Big number.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot bigger than what it used to be back then. But anyway, I digress. ADHD is on a spectrum. Everyone presents slightly differently. I like it how they say slightly differently because everyone presents fucking differently. Like, there are some characteristics between ADHD people. Like, you could put a bunch of ADHD people in a room and say, do you do this too? And they'll be like, fuck yeah, I do that too. Do you do that too? And yeah, we kind of all do the same shit. It's just some is a bit more severe than the others. Or some people go, no, mine's like this.
Yeah.
Or I do that, but with this different thing.
That's what I mean. Why put slightly? That's bullshit, really, isn't it?
I think they just need to gather fucking a lot of people with ADHD and get the stats that way.
I reckon.
Half of them will turn up late and half of them won't turn up at all. Half of them will turn up like 2 hours late, flustered. 3 types of ADHD. There are 3 types. Did you know that? 3 types of ADHD. Inattentive, hyperactive, and combination. That's just a fun-filled lollipop triple dipped in psycho, in my opinion. It used to be called ADD. Well, actually, I'm gonna add something in here. It was actually called hyperkinetic. Was it hyperkinetic reaction of childhood? And then it was called ADD, but then that was changed in 1987 to ADHD. Around 1 in every 20 Australians has ADHD. While ADHD is more common in boys, it's underdiagnosed in girls and adults. More than 3 in 4 children diagnosed with ADHD still have symptoms as adult. I don't understand why they say that. Like, what, you give them medication, it's going to go away? It's not.
Well, that's basically what they're doing, eh? When you really think about it.
It's a fucking permanent chemical imbalance in your brain.
Yeah, exactly. But, well, hey, like we said in the last episode, pop a pill.
Yeah, pop a pill. ADHD was first mentioned in 1902 by a British pediatrician called Sir George Frederick Still. The first medication for ADHD was Benzedrine in 1936. The APA issued the first Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, aka the DSM, in 1952. The APA did not recognise ADHD in the first edition. A second DSM was published in 1968. This edition included hyperkinetic reaction of childhood for the first time, aka ADHD, from what we know today. The FDA approved the psychostimulant methylphenidate, aka Ritalin, in 1958. The APA released a third edition of the DSM, aka DSM-3, in 1980. They changed the name of the disorder from hyperkinetic reaction of childhood to attention deficit disorder, ADD. Scientists believe hyperactivity was not a common symptom of the disorder at this time. This listing created two subtypes of ADD, ADD with hyperactivity and ADD without hyperactivity. The APA released a revised version of the DSM-3, aka the DSM-3R, in 1987. They removed the hyperactivity distinction and changed their name to Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, aka ADHD. ADHD cases began to climb significantly in the 1900s, aka they were being fucking recognised because they were being published better.
Exactly.
A 2020 review of studies, trusted source, pointed to a very strong genetic link. Children who have biological parents or siblings with the disorder were more likely to have it. This is what I don't understand, because my mum fucking denies the fact that she has fucking ADHD, but both me and my brother had it. Okay. Where does it come from? It's fucking genetic, people.
Can you actually, here's the question for you, right? Can you actually get ADHD from other members of the family, like aunties, uncles, that type of shit, or does it have to go in a straight line, you reckon?
I'll get in that in a second. Trust me, I'll get into that. Okay, the DSM has been revised since 1987, another 6 times since, to the current DSM-5, last reviewed in 2017 to include all the subcategories of characterization, which include symptoms, presentations, age, sex, genetics, severity, etc. Those are the statistics, people. Now, we do have a lovely myth and fact sheet here that will be posted to our Facebook page for your viewing pleasure. But let's hit that question first, because I'm happy for questions, Nat. Hit it with me. Hit it to me again.
Hand up.
Yes, Matthew.
You fucking shit.
Yes, Mr. Edwards, what can I do for you, sir?
Well, I just got a question for you. You know how you're just saying that you can get it from your mum and dad, but can you get it from your uncles and your aunties and your grandparents and that shit, or does it just one straight line?
When it comes to genetics, anything that skips a line has a decreased probability. So when it comes to like your auntie and uncle having it on one side or both sides, it depends if it's one or both or multiples, depends on the percentage of likability for you to have it. Yeah. The likelihood of you having it being that it skipped a generation. But the thing is children of our era, Matt,
yes,
were being diagnosed at that time, right? And the parents were like, oh, fucking whatever. They didn't know that there was a genetic fucking link.
So basically what you're saying, it all depends on how much you've got from your parents and your grandparents. That's how...
Well, there's no way of going back and checking it.
No.
At the end of the day. Like, you look at my fucking mum. She thinks my dad's got ADHD. But she's got the worst fucking ADHD characteristics, and she's in complete denial. Oh, the doctor says I don't. Well, do you know how hard it is to diagnose fucking adults? Especially when you're in denial half the time and you tell them you're fine. Like, she went through a phase completely obsessed with these little fucking lol dolls and was fucking going broke every week buying multiples of these fucking lol dolls. Going and buying entire fucking containers. Like, they're for little girls. And now, because it's lost its, shininess, she doesn't give a shit about it anymore. It's the kids to play with.
Right.
And do you know the whole felting situation?
Yeah.
She's given that up.
Oh, fuck. There you go.
Yep. She's decorating bottles now.
Right.
She was like, "Oh, I'm going to make you one." And I'm like, "Please don't."
Decorating.
I don't want it to look like my fucking kids are making me bottles to put around my fucking house. I mean, I like weird shit, but I don't know.
That's a bit... that's a bit out there.
No. I was like, yeah, that'd be great. I was like, actually, I've got a bottle here that you could paint and design and fancy up. And she goes, oh, okay, well, it's kind of... And I said, no, you can use the skull one because I got an old bottle of vodka. That was
yeah.
skull ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that one, I'd go with that one. But the ones that she's got, they're weird-shaped bottles, bro. I fuck that shit for a fucking joke. Fuck that. Anyway, so she reckons that she doesn't, right? And then you look at my nan. Fucking God bless her with what she's going through. I'm so sorry, Nan. If your spirit is looking down on me. Like, my nan's alive, but she's got severe dementia and fucking Alzheimer's currently. And I just believe her spirit is elsewhere and her body is still with us. And we just got to take care of her.
Yeah. No,
but she has obsessive compulsive cleaning and cooking and things to be a certain way.
Right. And that's a pretty big symptom of ADHD, isn't it?
That's a subcategory of ADHD or secondary diagnosis to ADHD.
Well,
and like, no, I'm talking she's fucking obsessed, and she has the compulsive buying, the impulse buying aspects which come with females.
Right. So what is class is probably one of the main symptoms of ADHD then?
Again, that's different because girls and boys are different.
Now, what's the ones that they've kind of written out? What's the main ones?
Well, I've got to kind of go back onto the fact sheet around that one, eh? Because what they say and what I've seen, like, you look at my son.
Yeah, well, what's your experiences?
And my brother, right? My brother was a different kind of ADHD to me. My brother, there were certain food additives, which back in the 90s was in fucking everything. We couldn't even have fucking chocolate ice cream because there was a specific food colouring in there that would set my brother off. So my brother had severe ADHD, but he also had a food intolerance, if you will, which was these colorants. These colorants would flare his symptoms so severely that my mum just didn't know what to do.
Right.
So, and even then, the medication couldn't fucking calm him down. Those were like your colorings, like your 110, your 112, all the 110, 112, 104, and they are your yellow and reds and oranges. So we couldn't have Fruit Loops, couldn't have Fanta, couldn't have cordials unless they were natural, like you name it.
And what I'm drinking right now, I think you said Solo. That was another one.
Yeah, even as an adult today, you give him a Solo or a beer.
Even a beer? Even beer.
A beer. So back when we were kids, we had to go away from white bread because white bread's severely terrible for ADHD children because of the level of sugar in it and because the yeast reacts as well.
Right. See,
right, and carbohydrates actually increase the symptoms of ADHD.
Oh, well, there you go.
You need to replace carbs with protein, because protein is filling and it gives you more energy rather than carbs. Carbs is filling. It increases sugar production, as you would know as a diabetic, Matt. When it comes to carbs, that's what you have to watch out for in diabetes. It's the same thing with the situation with ADHD. You have to increase your protein.
Right. So would that be would that be the same reason why the fuckers used to not give me red cordial when I was younger?
Yes.
Well,
because red cordial probably would have set you off. My brother would get bright red ears, and the phrase bouncing off the walls was fucking literal with my brother. You could not get him to sit down. You could not get him to calm down. Yeah. And he was so loud and so obnoxious and so hyperactive. It was not funny.
Well, apparently
my mum's and my grandparents saw the severity of it one day when they were babysitting him, and they gave him a sip of Fanta. 3 days later, he came down.
Now, that was only like a little sip, so not even half a mouthful.
No, it was like a quarter of a cup, a quarter.
So what's there? Well, there you go. And plus, too, back in those days, like you said there before, the food colorings, additives, all that type of shit.
My parents had a fucking book. It was called the Food Cheat Code Book.
Oh, jeez.
Yep. So we could see, you read the back of things and you see, say here, citric acid, pectin gum. Do you know what pectin gum is?
No, I don't.
No, but the fucking book would. The book would tell. No, dead set. It would tell you like this: preservatives, sulfites.
So you just.
Do you know what sulfites actually are?
No, I don't.
No, but the book would tell you what they are, whether they are good, bad, sugar, artificial sweeteners, bad flavorings, preservatives, artificial flavorings. It would tell you everything.
So basically,
even down to the little numbers that you see on certain foods, like these drink packets that I get from fucking the South African shop, Cape to Cairo. Gotta love them. Listen to this, right? And me and you went through this.
Mm-hmm.
So dextrose, do you know what that is?
That is, I think, wasn't that a form of sugar?
It was a sugar syrup.
Yeah, that's right. Remember that one?
Right. Cyclamate.
No idea.
And saccharin.
That's a certain
E952 or E954.
No idea.
We looked it up and they were artificial sweeteners.
Oh, so it was sugar. It was the sweetness.
No, they're sweeteners. They're artificial sweeteners. So not actual sugar, right? Now, it says here, colorants 122. Do you know what colorant 122 is?
Would not have a clue.
Red.
There you go. So this book was basically a food and drink dictionary.
This was a fucking everything dictionary of what the fuck is in your food.
Like a encyclopedia type deal.
Like better than an encyclopedia. Like it broke down not just the names, but the numbers. When they wouldn't give names and it just had numbers.
Yeah, I remember those bloody things. That all it was fucking numbers.
It was a code book. It was a code book. And I don't remember any other ADHD parent having it, but my parents had it. And do you know how I remember it so well? Because when we thought Stuart, way back when he was 2, was presenting with something, or was it Leo? It was one of them. Me and my father went through everything that he had in that day, even down to the fucking Cheerios.
Oh, shit.
With his original code book that he still has. And guess what? Even Cheerios are clean. Right down to the cheese. Did you know cheese back then was bad? Because it had crap in it that would set an ADHD kid off.
Honestly, it would not surprise me.
Dead set. So even to this day, my dad was like, check the cheese that you've put in this sandwich. I'm like, what? He's like, check the cheese.
Check everything.
You wonder why we couldn't have none of that grated cheese. It just had to be pure cheddar cheese.
Shit.
I was like, right. And he was like, it's like why we couldn't have chocolate ice cream. Like, what was wrong with chocolate ice cream? He goes, it had the yellow food colouring in it that set your brother off.
That's unreal.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking insane. But then, like I said, to this day, beer sets my brother off. He gets the bright red ears still. He gets really loud and really obnoxious. And that's just pure yeast and sugar in beer.
Yeah, yeast, hops, sugar, water.
Not good.
All the usual stuff.
Not good. But anyway, so going right down to it, like food can affect ADHD children. You have to decrease your carbs. You have to check your foods. So it's just like an elimination process. Like I never let my boys have any soft drink ever. I just, I call me a fucking hypocrite, but I know how bad my teeth are, and my teeth are exceptionally well off considering, right? And I want them to be even better. I don't want my kids running around with Coke. We know what Coke does to our stomach.
Yeah. You just imagine what Red Bull and all that type of shit does.
No, not happening. I catch my kids with a Red Bull in their hand. God fucking help them. God fucking help them.
And here's me talking Red Bull, and I drink Red Bull. But yeah.
This is the thing, right? That's a common misconception too, is that Red Bull will make ADHD people worse. It doesn't.
It makes you tired, doesn't it?
Yep.
Makes you really tired.
I can fucking skull a Red Bull now and go straight to sleep. It'll put me to sleep.
See, that's the thing, right? I'm drinking.
That is because caffeine is one of the most naturally occurring medicines for ADHD. That's why when people aren't medicated for ADHD, they drink a lot of fucking coffee, a lot of energy drink, a lot of Cokes, a lot of caffeinated beverages, because their body is naturally trying to replace the chemical imbalance that's in their head.
See, that just...
It's self-medication, which is it's a bit of a catch-22, because you can either have the right amount or you can have over the right amount.
Well, like some of the things that over the time that we've been mates and that and sisters and brothers and that, you've even said to me, Matt, have you got ADHD? Because I'm bloody sure you've even said that to me, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Because I drink a lot of Red Bulls, and the thing is, every time I drink a Red Bull, I get fucking dopey. I don't get the energy from it. I get fucking dopey. As soon as I drink a Red Bull, there's no fucking... I'm like, oh, fucking hell. It's like when I was going to the gym and I was having my pre-workout, and I was having like 2 scoops of fucking hardcore pre-workout with nearly 500 grams of fucking caffeine in it. It wouldn't do really nothing really to me. It would give me the energy to do my exercises and that, but it wouldn't get me fucking going. Shit, that's a bit interesting to know that too.
Yeah.
Like even when I have coffees, like I have iced coffees mostly. I don't really have hot coffees or any of that type of shit, but I just have iced coffees, and that shit does not do nothing. It actually makes me worse than what I did beforehand.
Yeah. That's because it's raising your dopamine levels. And what was it? What was it that I read? It fucks with your amino acids. That's why. You can have coffee in the morning, it kind of gets you to a level space, and then by noon you're in a fucking crash. You're meant to wait like a good hour, 2 hours after you wake up before you have caffeine.
Oh, shit.
Because if you do that and then you have your coffee and shit, you don't get the afternoon crash. because your amino acids have reached that peak, and then you get the benefits of the caffeine.
So you remember?
So what you should do in the morning, it's, I'm unmedicated, and it's really fucking difficult, but that's why I try and force myself to drink half a bottle at a minimum of water first thing in the morning to take my remotive pills, which are herbal, different version of the St. John's plant herbal medication.
Yeah.
To help calm me. But I have that every morning with half a bottle. Now, if you want something to drink in the mornings before you caffeine, try and get a bottle of water in. Train yourself to get a bottle of water in. Half a bottle as soon as you wake up. Half a bottle when you crave your first coffee. Give yourself a good hour before you have your coffee. And increase your water intake that way, because it's going to benefit you. Because they say that water first thing in the morning, if you can get through a glass of water, it's actually the best benefit for you, because it wakes up all of your internal organs.
Shit.
It kicks them back into gear, because when you go to sleep, your organs naturally start in a slow down process. Right? And the way that they wake up in the morning should be with water.
I always have a good mouthful of water. Like, you know what my mouthfuls are like? Mine's like a nearly half a bowl of water anyway.
They actually suggest half a bottle or a glass of water.
Yeah.
Right? And what was it? What's that boxer? One with a lisp? Mike Tyson, right? He said it in an interview, and it is proven that having a warm glass of water or a hot glass helps burn fat. So,
yes, I have heard of him say that.
If you have a hard time drinking water in the morning, as we all know as ADHD people, water has different tastes. Don't fucking come for us. It has different tastes, okay? And hot water has a different taste.
Well, as a undiagnosed freaking ADHD, I actually can tell you that I actually do taste that myself.
It tastes different. So have half a glass or have a glass of hot water, of what you can physically handle to wake yourself up. And it also, that's actually a really good tip for when you got sore tummy. But anyway, back to the ADHD stuff.
Sidequesting. Back on track.
Yeah. Caffeine is a dosing medication that us ADHD people inadvertently use.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is too, that's just making me think.
She says while eating caffeinated lollies called Kopiko.
Which are very nice. I've actually got a pack myself. And they are very, very nice. They're very addicting. They're very dangerous.
I got a whole fucking jar for my birthday. I'm happy.
She actually does, guys. She actually has got a big whopping fucking. What's the grams of it? Just to the listeners, how big of a gram is it? It's a big fucking jar of it, big cup thing of it.
612.5 grams.
So she's pretty big. She's a big motherfucker. But no, that's shit. That because every time, well, there's the thing, right? My mother and dad would tell you that when I was a kid, probably about 5 or 6, maybe 7 years old, they would give me a red lollipop, not lollipop, but red icy pole or popsicle, if anyone else wants to know. And apparently I would have one of them, and then one minute I'm sitting down, next minute I'm outside with the rake raking down the driveway, down in Pop's driveway, and I wouldn't stop fucking moving.
See, now that's the thing. My brother was like that. My son, he's, for lack of better words, he's got no impulse control.
Right, so it's different symptoms, different ways, different forms, isn't it? When it comes to ADHD.
No, just like he fits the criteria. He did the testing for the DSM-5 through the school psychologist, and his marker factors show that he has no impulse control, which is why he can't sit still to pay attention to the teachers, because he can't help it. He just gets up and he moves unknowingly. Half the kids in the class used to scream at him to shut up, and he'd go, "Why are you yelling at me?" And they're like, "You're making a stupid noise." But he didn't realize he was doing it. It's like an ADHD stimming.
Yeah.
It just naturally happens.
Right, and because you said too about the zoning out too, didn't you? You zone out when you've got it. Like you just
Mate, there's so many different symptoms that you can go through. Like you can look at the generalized characterizations of ADHD symptoms online, but everyone is so fucking different. Like I said, Stuart, he's got no impulse control. If he sees something he really likes, he'll take it without knowing.
Yeah.
The difference between that and anyone else is my son does it, picks it up, immediately regrets what he's done.
Yeah.
Because if it's somebody else's, he immediately recognizes that he's just taken something that belongs to someone else.
Yeah.
But now he's panicking.
Right.
So he'll hide it. And then they'll go, "Stuart, you were here, blah, 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 blah." And he'll go, "I did take it. I did want to put it back, but I got scared.
Yeah.
So I hid it."
Right.
And then they go, "Okay, blah, blah, blah." And they recognize that he can't help it. He will always give it back. He will always apologize. He'll always say sorry. He'll always go, "I really didn't mean to." He's got no reason for doing it. Like, "I just liked it. I just saw it. It just looked shiny."
Yeah. Gotcha.
You know, he's tunnel vision. When he sees something that catches his eyes, there's no getting his eyes off of it.
That's very similar to like a beagle with a scent. Well, once they've got that scent, fucking they're gone.
Yeah, he's onto it. He can't. And that's the lack of impulse control. Right? Currently, because he's 10, we've been waiting 3 years to get in to see this fucking pediatrician. But he's 10 and his hormones are playing factor.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's going to be
if he loses a sports game, like he was playing dodgeball the other day, I was watching him waiting for school to finish, and I was watching him, and he lost immediately within the first few seconds. Now, I saw the teacher blow the whistle, him go for the ball, somebody else had gone for it and grabbed it before him. So he got angry and was yelling at the top of his lungs, "Oh, come on!" And he looks around, sees another one, stomps up to it, grabs it, throws it, and because it missed that kid and somebody else threw a ball at him from a different angle and got him and said, "You're out," he screamed at the top of his lungs and stomped off really angrily.
Yeah.
That's a lack of impulse control. With hormones added to it. He's having large explosive moments with immediate regrets.
Yeah.
Or he's having explosive moments that he doesn't realize is explosive.
Right. Gotcha.
So, like, Stuart can hyperfocus like no tomorrow. If the subject's interesting enough, he'll fucking hyperfocus.
So that's one thing you've seen me do that. You've seen me hyperfocus like fucking crazy.
But it's like when you're talking to an ADHD person, they won't ever keep eye contact with you.
Fuck. Yeah.
Because they can't.
Yeah.
Well, they're looking away from you, off in the distance, but they're giving you 100% attention. They have to look away to give you attention.
Man, you're fucking opening up my eyes here. I'm telling you right now.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up, right? If they do manage to sit still, they might jiggle their leg. They might click their fingers. They might tap a pen. They're doing anything else to keep movement. And did you know that people that jiggle their knees are more likely to keep weight off than people who don't?
Yeah,
because you actually burn calories.
You burn it.
burn calories just jiggling your legs.
Yeah.
Some studies have shown that children with ADHD benefit in class from having a yoga ball to sit on rather than a chair.
Well, yeah, they're always moving. They're always keeping themselves occupied.
Moving there, and they can focus on their work better. Some children, like my son and myself, like when I'm studying, I can have a quiet house. The kids will stay quiet while I study if necessary, but it doesn't help me. I have to have my headphones on with loud, bassy techno music for me to fully focus on my studies. I get hours of work done if I have full-blown hard techno going off in my head.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, it's insane, right? But these are coping mechanisms which I've found throughout my life that works. Stuart's just different, right? He takes multiple fucking reminders to do the same subject over and over again for years until it finally sinks and it becomes natural behavior.
Right. Well, it's unreal that.
And then on top of that, they've got obsessive behaviors too. Like Stuart is absolutely obsessed with cars.
Like I said, you're fucking opening up my eyes to a lot of things here, I'm telling you.
But this is what I mean. Boys are different. Girls, we can be overly chatty, which people just put down to being overly chatty. But in actuality, women and girls, so men sit there as ADHD men, they sit there and in their head, it's just constant talking, right? Females are the same, right? Except we externalize it at the same time. We just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk until enough people have told us to shut the fuck up through our childhood, and then it sinks in there and it stays there. And we go through paralysis.
Wow.
We go through paralysis stages where everything is so fucking overwhelming in our head that we're just stuck in a paralyzed state that we can't move for the next 2-3 hours because we're so overwhelmed and don't know where to start that we just have to sit here and stew on it before we can come out of that funk again. On top of that, there's self-confidence, depression, just fucking hatred to ourselves. We are so fucking harsh on ourselves. So if you were to say to me, right, if I was to call you up and say, say we had dinner. No. Say I called you up and say, hey, Matt, what you up to?
Yeah.
And you said, well, actually, I'm going out to dinner with so-and-so. And I go, oh, okay, no problem. And you go, well, you can come along if you want. Immediately to me, in my head, it'd be like, you don't want me around. I'm a third wheel. I mean nothing to you. It spirals into all of these horrible negative aspects when in actuality, it's just the way you worded it. If you would have said, do you know what? It's just the two of us. But we'd actually really like it if you came along with us because we'd want more than just two people. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just the way you word it. If you make us sound like we're wanted instead of, oh, you don't mean to sound like, oh, you can come along if you want to. But to us, it's taken so differently. If you to go, well, actually, we have a third seat and we were hoping that you were going to come with us. I was just about to call you anyway. Then I would be like, oh, my God, are you sure? I don't want to impose. And you go, no, we were actually going to call you anyway. Do you know what I mean? There's ways of wording it with females. It's probably why a lot of males struggle with some relationships with women because women are the most underdiagnosed because it presents so differently and so subtly in females. Is probably why men are like, I just don't know how to fucking please her. Yeah, because there's so many scenarios that she doesn't realize she's ADHD. You don't know how to deal and word things with an ADHD female, and you just button fucking heads.
Right.
And then there's the self-confidence.
Yes.
We will always look in the mirror and fucking hate ourselves.
Yeah.
We'll just hate ourselves, full stop. And then on top of that, you have the people pleasing because, you know, we've been told to shut the fuck up a lot. And now we want to people please for a little bit of praise and just so people will like us.
Yeah.
So being a female with it is really difficult. Like some females come across as untidy.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that organization aspect. Whereas, you know, someone like me, I get to a certain point and then I flip out because my OCD plays up. My mum still to this day denies that I have OCD along with my ADHD.
Right.
See, I go through an overwhelming process to get into paralysis state, and then my OCD contradicts my ADHD.
Right. But well, what was your experience when you were diagnosed first?
Oh, just like any other kid, but everything back in the 90s was different. We were treated differently. In my school at the time, in my primary school, there was only me and one other kid that was diagnosed as ADHD.
Yeah. But then again, when it came to it too.
Oh, and my brother. So there was 3, and he's not alive today to comment on that, unfortunately. God rest his soul. But it was hard. The teachers treated me like shit.
Yeah.
They just labelled me as a naughty fucking kid. There was a teacher that would put me at the back of the classroom with my own desk facing the wall. And when my mum figured out what was happening, she stormed into the school. And there was a relief teacher. And she saw my desk. And she told the relief teacher to turn my daughter's fucking desk back with the rest of her class. And then later that day, my mum found out from me that the teacher had put the desk right back where it was. Another time we were sitting on the mat, and I still remember it to this day. His name was Michael. He turned around and he punched me square in the nose, made my nose bleed.
Yep.
Because I told him to stop hurting me. Like, he was like punching me in the back. Told him to stop, and I turned around to tell him to stop, and he punched me in the nose. And the teacher told me to stop whining. You're disrupting the class.
Yeah.
I was told, my brother was told in high school that he was too stupid to learn anything. I was told off for engaging in a school debate in class and told I've got a big mouth for such a small girl. And then when I said, well, I'm just going to have to, he said, go to the principal's office. Not the principal, the student counsellor or whatever, because I told him to fuck off. And I said, I'll just go speak to my mum. And then when I left the room, the students told me that he said if my mother and the student counsellor, Miss Grobler, stood on each other's shoulders, they'd make one person.
Typical teachers back in the 90s, eh? Fuck.
That was the 2000s, start of the 2000s.
Yeah, well, 90s, 2000s, doesn't really matter because they were just the teachers. They didn't give a fuck back
then. They just didn't give a shit. The only time that the teachers gave a shit and actually helped me, this is going to be a bit controversial for the both of us, but it was the Lutheran college I went to. Because of them and their encouragement and their patience with me in my learning, I became an A+ student in algebra.
Yeah, I wasn't even passing algebra. I wasn't passing fuck all.
It was pretty hard.
Bloody. That was the thing too. Back in those days, just people just didn't give a fuck. Teachers, that they were.
Well, the parents didn't even want to have anything to do with my mum because of the kid.
Yeah.
And that's just how it goes. Like, people didn't want to fucking know. Like, I was put on medication. Medication was the worst. They were still experimenting back then. I was put on Ritalin and Catapres. Catapres counteracts the Ritalin, helps me sleep.
Yeah.
But every single night from the age of 4 until I was 12 was nightmares that I could feel, that I could hear, that I could touch, that felt so realistic, that were... I can't watch horror movies to this day because of them.
Yeah.
Because one scene of a Saw movie sent me back, like PTSD, into those dreams. And they were horrible. They were torturous dreams, and they were all side effects of the medication for all that time. It was horrific. But anyway, and dexamphetamine when I was about 8.
Yeah.
Because they were experimenting dexamphetamine back then. That sent me suicidal. Which, fun fact, dexamphetamine today is used for people with severe bipolar and schizophrenia.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing, but
not for people with ADHD. Would you believe? So, it was fucked. Like I said, it was fucked. It was not fun. And it's one of those things that really, like, I understand there's a lot of people out there that are going through diagnosis and blah, 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 but don't just free up the system a little bit for the people who actually need fucking help.
Yeah.
Don't just say, oh, I've only got 1 or 2 of these things, but that must mean I have ADHD. No, you've got no fucking idea how hard it is living with this shit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You got no fucking idea.
Very true.
It's fucking torture half the time. Like, it is hard to reach an orgasm when your mind is thinking, what is he thinking? Does he see how fat I am? Is he thinking of other women? I wonder if I actually did that laundry. Did I turn the laundry on? Did I put the dryer on? Did I lock the back door? Is it locked? Can my kids... When your head is going through anything and everything in a sexual moment like that, and you have to literally focus on something to hone in that fucking sexual organ so you can have an orgasm. Sex is difficult for a woman with ADHD.
Right.
That's why I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to put a poll up if necessary. That's why penetration doesn't always bring orgasms to ADHD women. It actually has to be clitoral stimulation because it is sensitive, it is localized. You can hone in on it.
Yeah.
Whereas penetration is repetitive and for an ADHD woman can get boring. So here's a tip, lads. If you think your missus has got ADHD, give her an orgasm first. Fucking lick her out or finger her, and with clitoral stimulation, or use a toy on her until she comes, and then fuck her into multiple orgasms. And I can guarantee, she'll be satisfied. It's like I said, everything is difficult. But
shit.
You know, things have changed.
Yes, things are
different.
Yeah.
Things are a bit different. My son's going through the same shit. And from everything that I've done and researched with the doctors about my son, the medication is just so different these days, because they have multiple medications that work on, I can't remember how he explained it to me, but basically some ADHD people work like they're giving you 50% of their attention, but 10% on their kids. Another 20% is what's happening around them, so they're fully aware. And another 10% is on what their fingers are doing. And there's medication there that can connect those receptors so that you can focus on one full thing with 100% of your attention.
Right.
It's like right now, me and you, I'm talking to you, we're doing this podcast, right? I'm doing something on the computer. I can see the lights and the colours in which they're changing next to me. I know that the fan is behind me still going. Do you know what I mean? I can see a Post-it note moving. Like, my attention is everywhere at once, on top of trying to stay on subject.
Yeah,
that's the best way I can describe it.
I've got a lot of questions.
Right?
Fuck.
It's very different. Like I said, for a female, it's different. I can only speak from the female perspective, and from what I've seen of the males. I would love to hear from a male's perspective, but we're not there. But like I said, food can affect it. We've hit that subject. So food can affect ADHD, right? There are some things that you can do to help your child if they are going through it. It's been heavily studied, and it does help. Getting omega-3 fish oil gummies or tablets for the kids.
Right. Yeah, I remember you actually saying that you're giving Stewie them and that.
Yes.
And how is he going with it?
The teachers noticed a huge difference, that he was calmer. It's not fixing the problem, but it's keeping him in a calmer state for a longer period of time so that he can focus for a shorter period of time than what he used to. He went from being a ED grade student to a CD grade student by one semester.
Yeah.
So that was, mint, on top of changing his diet. So instead of adding milk to his cereal, he added soy milk, because soy milk is high in protein. Or if you want to change it up and replace the sugar completely, give them an Up and Go, a sugar-free Up and Go to use for their milk for their cereal.
Because I remember you actually saying that you're getting the protein ones, aren't you?
Yep, I'm getting the protein-enhanced Up and Goes that are sugar-free.
And how's he going with that one?
He's doing great. He's doing great.
Good stuff.
Now, other things like proteins that you can give them are, your multi-grain breads with tuna or fish or other fish products or chicken or egg.
Or turkey.
They're really high proteins. Like, it gives them like the energy boost without the heaviness of the carbs. It's great shit. But certain dietary changes, you have to look closely into your child's diet. What can be cut? what can be substituted. You have to cut as much sugar as possible, right down to the bare minimum, and then reintroduce slowly to see if it's actually affecting them.
Yeah.
You have to completely, like my kids, they don't even drink cordial. They know that they can go to that fucking sink as many times as they want and drink to their heart's content as much water as they want. And I am happy to say that my ADHD kid drinks a shit ton of fucking water, which
good.
is a miracle in itself.
That's very good.
Yes.
That's very, very fucking good.
He's like I said, he's got no impulse control. Back when he was much younger, he got into a bag of lollies.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. He ate the entire shopping bag. And I'm talking the old plastic shopping bags. He ate the entire shopping bag of it. And he came home and threw up it all over my dining room table, all over dinner, half undigested, half fully digested.
Oh,
it was not good. Just remove the crap from their diet. Like, get rid of it. But anyway, so that's what you can do for them in the meantime while you're waiting diagnosis. Also work carefully with your teachers, with your deputies and your principals on what you're doing at home on top of what they're doing at school so you can collaborate. Also, while you're waiting diagnosis, go to your local school psychologist and ask them to do an assessment on them. They can do assessments that gives it just makes the pediatrician's job really fucking quick then, and you'll go through quicker if they know that there's a high possibility of diagnosis there. You do all the paperwork, they just go with a tick box and you're good to go, right?
Right.
On top of that, I think I just lost my spot in my head. My head's just gone. See you later. That's it. On top of that, at home, routine. My 3 R's. Okay? And my rule of thumb, which is RDCP. Routine, discipline, consistency, and patience. That's all you need. That's all you need with ADHD.
Mm.
And when you have an explosive ADHD, always remember your emotions, your large emotions aren't going to help me help you. So you need to calm down and you need to tell me what's wrong so that I can help you best.
Yeah.
Teach them how to regulate. Don't just regulate for them. Don't teach, it's like the cerebral palsy. Don't teach them learned helplessness, that you're not benefiting them in any way. And get them in a local fucking sport to burn out some extra energy. And if they like painting, get them doing painting. My son is the best fucking artist. I just let him go nuts. Hone in on what they're good for, right?
Yep.
And as an adult, female, living with ADHD, if you want to go down diagnosis routes, you have to go to the doctors. You have to go to the doctors first. You have to go speak to them about your concerns, and then they will do a test with you, and then they'll refer you if necessary. So always do that. But as a female, there's lots of other things you can do. Stick your music on and go, I'm going to clean today, and do it with music.
Yep.
Don't get stuck in a paralysis. Do one room at a time. Do one corner of a room at a time. Start small. Don't think of anything else. Just, I'm going to, if I do nothing today, I am going to clean the bird cage. Just start with that and it will snowball.
Yeah. So just make sure you have like a bit of a routine going. Like just even write out a list or something like that. Would that help?
No, I tried the list situation. And I tried the reminder on the phone about the list situation, and it worked for about a week.
Yeah. So you can only do a certain amount of things at a certain amount of time, and just wears off.
Yeah. It's gone.
So what would be, in some ways, right, what would be like, I know you just explained some, but what would be some of the biggest tips?
It's like you pick up something, try it out, and you put it back down, and that's it. You never touch it again. You've got a lot of not done tasks, not done hobbies.
Yeah.
Half done hobbies. Like you, Matt, you love your wood stuff and your carvings.
Mm.
And you always get it done, right?
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time. But if somebody says, I want this, will you do it?
I'll have it done, yeah.
Not with a female. Mm-mm. We go, yeah, we'll do it. Then we forget about it. Yes. We're extremely, extremely forgetful, females are, with ADHD. It's just brain fog. See ya.
Well, there have been times I have to remind
instructions.
If
you gave me driving instructions, you got to go down here, go left, go right, go left, go right. I'm done after the first right. That's it. I'm gone.
Yeah. So I've actually had to remind you a couple of times, haven't I, in the past, about certain things, like upload certain things.
Yep.
But see, that's the thing. But this might be just me personally. I feel like I'm a fucking dickhead for bloody remind you all the time because I don't want to annoy you.
No, I need it because I forget. Because I've got so much going on, Matt. It's like what we used to call side questing. I will go to do something and then I'll side quest. And then I'll side quest, and then I'll side quest, and then I'll remember what the initial quest was. So I go do the initial request, and then I remember the last side quest I did. And then I get that done, and I remember the side quest I had in the middle.
Mm.
Yeah. And then the other ones get forgotten. It's just the way.
Just the way it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is, eh?
Yeah.
But hopefully all that helped you guys. I really hope everything that Amanda and I have been talking to you about, especially Amanda, because like I said, this is a very big topic for her and trying to get everything out to help you guys and help everyone else.
Well, like I said, you look at this fact sheet that we have here, Matt. It says here, girls with ADHD never experience hyperactivity. That's a myth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hyperactive behaviour in girls and women may manifest in ways that are not recognised as typical signs of ADHD, such as hyper-talkativeness, fidgeting, and emotional reactivity. So men are physically reactive when it comes to ADHD, whereas women are verbally reactive.
Mm. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Uh-huh. Like I said, it's just like there's so many facts here. Like ADHD isn't a real condition. That's a myth. Fact is ADHD is listed in the DSM-5. And extensive research has shown a genetic component that makes it very hereditary.
Right.
But yeah, we will chuck this up just so you guys can check it out. Okay. Because hang on, I got to bring this one up. Kids with ADHD just need to try harder. That's a common misconception. As with other psychiatric conditions, the brain makeup and chemistry of a person with ADHD makes tasks like focusing, prioritizing tasks, and executive functioning much more difficult. So, fuck yous. It's not their fault. Leave them alone. Dead set. What are your questions? Let's get these questions sorted, and then we can just move on from this because I could go on and on and on for ages.
Well,
you forgot.
Yeah, I kind of have. I don't know. Some of the things that I do, I don't know. I don't know if I've even got it. Like you said, you reckon I've got
You said you had so many fucking questions when I was talking about what it was like growing up as a child with ADHD and the medications.
Yeah, no, but I fucking forgot them.
No.
I fucking forgot him.
Well, let's leave it open to the listeners. If you've got a question about ADHD that you're curious about, no question is stupid. Make sure you flick us an email or you go over to the Facebook page, to the Facts and Myth Sheet, and make sure you let us know.
Exactly. Anyway, time for rants now. Time for
Rants.
We got some rants.
Fucking rants. Fucking psycho push rant.
Fucking rant. All right. Well, you've got a half-decent rant to talk about.
Well, where's your fucking rant, mate?
I haven't really got a rant.
Oh, you haven't got a rant? Okay.
Well, your rant we didn't do last time, so I actually owe you this rant.
Okay, well, I got a couple of rants, okay?
See,
paper straws wrapped in fucking plastic.
Yeah, that does not make sense to me at all.
I just don't get the fucking paper straws in general. I went on to Shein and I bought me some plastic fucking straws.
Well, when you go and get these fucking paper straws, they go soggy. You taste the fucking difference.
They're full. Okay, ask yourself this, people. Okay, how does a paper fucking straw keeps its shape until you're done with your fucking drink? Do you know why? Forever chemicals, cunt. Fucking look it up. Look up the forever chemicals that are in forever, meaning your body will never break it down. Don't touch the paper straws. It's not good for you. It's not good for the environment. Look, I love fucking turtles as much as the next person. Just give me my fucking straw back.
Exactly.
But tell us you're not allowed to throw it away anymore. Okay, cool. We'll fucking wash them. We'll repurpose them. No worries. Same with the plastic bags. That shit pissed me off. That pissed me off so bad because people purposely fucking kept them. I used to fucking collect them so that I could strip them cut them into strips because I saw it on fucking Pinterest. There was a group, an organization in America.
Yeah.
That would get plastic bags, cut them into strips, and crochet them. Into big, long, singular person mats for the homeless. So they would have mats to keep them off the cold fucking concrete.
Yeah, see? That's what I mean. Those bags had a lot of...
They were repurposing them for crying out loud. And how many times did you fucking use it when it came to, like, gardening?
I used to sell kindling with those plastic bags.
Uh-huh.
Used to use them as, like, for rubbish bags or something like that. Used to use them for... gardening, dry trimmings. I used to use them for the lawn trimming sometimes. I used to use them for fucking multiple different things.
Yeah, you remember I fucking found one the other day. I found one. I'm keeping that motherfucker.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, you found one in your cupboard or something, or in probably your bed or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know. Actually, didn't we both say, you should put a frame around and put up on the wall or some shit, didn't we?
I fucking will, bro. Like, I fucking miss my old fucking plastic bags. Plastic bags were used for so much. Organisation, moving houses.
Oh, there's a lot of different uses.
Arts and crafts, okay? Arts and crafts for school projects. Fuck yeah. Plastic bags, when you fucking glued that shit to look like a fucking volcano, that made it look like proper rocks.
Exactly.
It's just a bitch to paint. But anyway... So that shit pisses me off, okay? But on top of that, people claiming that this and that is killing us. You're making fucking paper bags instead of plastic bags, okay?
You're not really saving anything.
How many trees did that take?
Yeah,
to make that paper bag?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Survive one fucking shopping trip. At least the paper bag could survive 50.
The plastic bags.
You know what I mean. Like people saying, you can't eat bacon because it's, full of carcinogenics.
Fuck off.
Everything's full of fucking carcinogenics, okay? All of this horrible stuff, okay, that people say is killing you. Fucking David Attenborough fucking ate it. And that cunt's 97. The Queen ate it regularly. And she died at 100.
Well, here's the thing, right? David Attenborough ate it. he does things all the time, and he's probably one of the biggest freaking environmentalist, nationalist fucking person on earth. He's been doing it for nearly, how old is he, 97? He's been doing it probably...
Yeah, he's 97 since the 1920s, Matt. I saw his birthday, 1920s.
But he released his first documentary when he was only 22, 21, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
But he's been doing it ever since then. He's still doing it today.
He has seen the rise and fall of some fucking animals. He has seen the endangered to completely extinct. Fucking brain didn't want to work. Extinct of some fucking species.
Oh yeah.
So if anyone was gonna listen to vegans, it would be if fucking David Attenborough turned vegan, which I doubt is ever going to happen. He's 97. Okay, people back in the day, they were all living to their 80s and 90s still. The kids these days aren't going to fucking survive to that age if they keep going the way they are. They're not fucking sustaining their bodies. And pigs aren't fucking bred for pets. They were bred for food. People saying, "Oh, don't eat cow," because do you know in India they worship the cow. Do you know why they worship the cow, Matt? Because the cow gives everything of itself to human. It gives the milk in which it makes. You can eat every part of a fucking cow. They are worshipped because they are the ultimate animal in their eyes.
And spirits.
Exactly. Dairy cows aren't even natural. No. The dairy cows with the spots are bred to be dairy fucking cows. Go let them be wild. See how long they last without being fed all the time, without medical fucking attention from the humans in which fucking breed them on purpose. Anyway, I'm not getting into that anymore.
Don't get me started on that because you know what my family I'm from.
My blood's boiling. Just stop telling us that our food's killing us because we know we're all living on borrowed time, okay? Stop ruining Sunday dinners and breakfast.
I like my bacon eggs.
This fat bitch's chance at being happy with food. Fuck off. Oh, sugar's bad for you. No shit.
Mm.
Half of the fucking previous generation to us missing half their teeth because of it. Yep. We learnt that a long time ago. Half the fucking generation before that died from cigarettes before they actually recognised, cigarettes aren't that fucking good for you. Just leave us alone.
Well, it was actually back in the day where the cigarettes actually had ads.
Oh, yeah.
That was back in the 60s and 70s.
Where we could actually go down and buy cigarettes for our parents.
Anyway. Well, they used to have all these
I got another rant.
Yes.
Okay, it was about that video that I sent you, Matt.
Oh, yes.
About these men getting waxes, right? I swear to God, these females fucking do it to them. I swear they convince them. You see these males, these bald males, and they're covered from the front of their fucking forehead all the way down to their shoulders in this fucking thick-ass wax, right? And they've got wax in their ears with the sticks, and they're waxing the nose with the sticks, right?
Yep.
And then the female
I've
sit there tapping on it with her nails, she's got this evil glint in her eyes, and then she just starts ripping it. Now, she's smiling the whole time. You can see on that man, he's not happy being naked and being on display.
Mm.
He doesn't like that you're making a mockery of him.
Mm.
He's just saying yes to you using it as a video because he doesn't want to be rude.
Yeah, he's been nice.
He's going red in the face because he's trying to be manly. You're putting him on display and he's trying to stay looking like a man, like the world is, meant to see men, where he can't cry out in pain because you're ripping his hair out in these large amounts and hurting him. And she's sitting there smiling, I can't fucking stand you cunts. You fucking bitches who think it's okay to cover a man in fucking wax like that and film him. Who the fuck do you think you are? What is it? Go get your fucking head checked, you stupid cunt. It's not right for you to want to fucking see a man in pain and smile at it. It's not fucking right. Okay? Our men are suffering. We are natural nurturers. Our men are suffering. And you're just sitting there filming it. Oh, look at me putting him in pain because I'm skinny and I think I'm pretty. I think I'm the dog shit. You're ugly cunt. You're ugly showing on the outside by what you're doing to those poor males. And the way she grabs those sticks and just yanks them out their nose. Like they're sitting there wanting to make a noise. And then they see this camera shoved in their face and they're like, oh, yeah. What is wrong with you? You bitches talk about men violating you, but do you realise how you're fucking violating them? Go get your fucking heads checked. I'm sorry, Matt. I can't fucking stand it. It just, shut me up and change the subject, please, unless you have something to add, because I just,
The only thing I can add to it is I 100% agree with you.
No, good.
I 100% agree with you. No, that's...
Those bitches can just get fucked.
You reckon get fucked, you reckon?
Yes.
Get fucked. And I reckon fuck off.
Fuck off. Yes. Fuck them cunts. I fucking hate them. Like, fuck you. Fuck you, sluts. Like, I swear to God, I ever go past the barbershop and I see some bitch doing that, I just... Oh, Damien's going to have to yank me away because I'm going to want to run in there and punch her in the fucking face. Especially if she's filming him. Like, as an esthetician, you're only meant to do small areas at a time. Now, men's hair goes deep into the root. And she, like one of them, she covered the entire base of the neck. Now, that is going to be sore, raw, and that is going to come back in with so many fucking ingrown hairs because of the way she ripped it out.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Most fucking
like
definitely.
Normally when you see proper estheticians ripping hair out, they'll run their hand over it and rub the area. She didn't. She just went, whoosh. Oh, look at all the hair to the camera. Ugh. You fucking nasty sadistic cunt. I hope you can't fucking sleep at night and you're haunted by men's cries.
Anyway, we shall move on.
All right.
We shall move on to the good old music mash.
Yes, music mashup.
All right. So the music mashup. I've only got 4 songs this time around. I haven't got 6 or 7 or 8 or whatever it was. Now I was just throwing through TikTok and I seen this beautiful fucking song called the bar song Tipsy by, you might have to help me with this one, Shaboozy.
Shaboozy.
It is. It's a country song, but I'll tell you what, it's fucking catchy. So go and check that one out. Now this other one here,
number 2.
Number 2 is called My Beat Goes. Now this is heavy bass, heavy techno, plus throat singing. He's a throat singer when he sings. It's fucking like
that.
Really?
I don't.
You idiot.
It's a little bit of.
If it wasn't.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of my fucking Saturday night porn night. No.
Oh, fuck's sake. Anyway. Okay. But it's a good song. It's called My Beat Goes by. Now you might help me with this one.
Austin,
yeah. Umet Austin. Go and check him out. Even just this song, but go and check him out anyway. It's a real good one. Now, for our German listeners. Now.
Yes, German. Yeah, guten Tagen.
Oh, what's the other one? Deutschland. Isn't that what they call Deutschland? I think it's called Germany. They say a different word, but it's called Deutschland.
Deutschland. I don't know, probably.
sorry if we fucked that one up. I'm sorry. But Rippenstein.
Das fucking Pimmelkopf.
It's fucking. They are a great fucking band.
Rammstein.
It's Du Hast and Du Hast and and what's the other one? Sonne. Very good songs. Very, very good songs. And
mate, I could just list off a bunch of fucking Rammstein songs for you cunts, but fucking check them ones out. They're fucking good.
Yeah, they've always been a good heavy metal fucking band. But that's my song selection. Now it's time for Sykes.
Well, that's Maddie's music mashup.
Now it's time for yours.
I got six. Okay, so number one, this one caught me through a loop on Sexy Night with my husband. Made me come really hard. Toxicity by System of a Down. Get into that one, ladies. Another one that it kind of gives me like vampire lair fucking kind of feels. Like it's in one of my like sexy times. I have my own music mashup for sexy time, and a lot of them are like this. It gives that kind of vibe as well as like Queen of the Damned Lestat fucking situation. So it's RX Queen by the Deftones. They actually did feature a song in Queen of the Damned. Number 3 was a song that I found and I played to you, Matt, and we both kind of resonated with it. Now, I understand, guys, when you listen to this song can be very triggering. I don't want anyone to do anything stupid after listening to said song. So if you should feel the urge to do something that could affect the other people around you and miss you terribly, make sure you get a hold of the suicide helplines and talk to someone, or just reach out to us. But number 3 is a song called Hate Myself by NF. That one hit Matt pretty raw when he heard it. It's a good song when you have to live in the moment for your feelings, but it's not a song that you need to live to die by. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, number 4 coming in is my boy Hopsin. Fucking love his music. It fucking cracks me up every time. Get on over and check out Ill Mind of Hopsin 5. He spits straight up facts, boy. Now, the last 2. One's a bit of a bounce back into the fucking 90s, or is it the 2010s? I don't know which listing it was under. Is What Would You Do by City High. Do you remember that song?
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately.
As a good song. Make sure you listen to it. And number 6, I'm going to give a shout out to one of our local boys down here in WA. It's a bit controversial. If you don't like controversial people, he purposely says shit for your hate. Because hate gets more likes, unfortunately. And, he suffers. So just don't go over to his Facebook page. Just make sure you like the music. This one's called Set Me Alight by Jekyll. It was featured in between the top 2. I think both of his songs was number 1 and number 2 for about 8 weeks, running on the metal list of Triple J. Set Me Alight by Jekyll. That's Jekel. Make sure you check it out. It is fucking hilarious. That is good metal. That is scream and just normal vocals at the same time. So make sure you get onto that one. That is my Psycho Songs. Wait.
Very good.
Check it out.
Now, time for Is It Worth the Money?
Yes.
Now,
hell yeah.
I was going to the local supermarket and I seen this patch. It's called Vita Fresh Sweets Navel Orange. It's an orange juice or orange drink powder. It's for $2.50 for a 3-pouch thing. You get 3 pouches, 1 litre per pouch. And it's so sweet. It's so bloody beautiful. You can really fucking get into it. I bought about 4 packets of it the other day, and I've gone down now to the last packet. I always make up about 2 litres at a time, and I'm always drinking it within fucking couple of days. You can put it with normal water, or you can put it with, if you wanted to, with your soda stream or anything like that, make up your own soft drink. I've actually have not tried that yet, which I will be trying that. And it is super sweet, super refreshing, and you can just chuck it in the fridge, and it's absolutely fucking beautiful at Woolworths for $2.50. I'm not sure about Coles, but it is absolutely fucking beautiful. It's definitely worth the money for sure.
Sounds good.
Yes. What's yours?
I went and got I went to Costco.
Costco again, yes. But they've always got good shit there too.
They really do. I bought their Swiss Miss hot chocolate. Now, I kind of got into the whole hot chocolate scenario when I was pregnant with Ava, because I, as stupid as it sounds, as an ADHD person, I went completely off coffee. Yep. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand tea. I couldn't stand any kind of soft drinks. I could only handle juices and hot chocolates. And the only hot chocolate at the time that I used to enjoy was the Aero hot chocolates, right?
They're actually quite nice then too.
They're really tasty.
They actually are really
but
nice.
I'd still have a sugar or 2 in it as well.
Yeah, I actually found that too. Just one. You don't need too many, just one.
Exactly, just one. Now, the thing is we saw this hot chocolate at Costco, Swiss Miss. And it comes with little mini marshmallows in it. And we thought, yeah, fuck it. Like, the boys were with us. It was their first time there. And we're like, all right, how about I get this? And after every game day or training session, because it's going to start getting cold, how about I get this hot chocolate? And they're like, yeah. Right? Now, it was only about, I think it was about $20.
All right.
For 60 sachets.
Fuck yeah, boy.
That's a fucking good price. $20 or $25. For about 60 sachets, and brought them home. Yep, no problem. The boys had a drink. I did it with the hot water. The marshmallows disappeared.
Of course.
Hot water. It said you could do it with hot water or hot milk, right? The marshmallows disappeared. So I was like, okay, whatever. I had a sip, and I was like, oh, yeah, that's not bad. That's actually quite nice, even with hot water, you know?
Yeah.
And then I decided to make it the following week for the boys after their game session, their training session. And I made it with the hot milk.
Right.
And I took one sip, and now I'm obsessed. This is a hot chocolate that you don't have to add sugar to. I didn't add any sugar to it. You don't have to add sugar to it. Just hot milk. It is the best, most perfectly balanced fucking hot chocolate I've ever had in my life. Like, you know, from barista times, Matt, when it comes to hot chocolates, you can get them and sometimes they're a bit grainy.
Yeah.
You'll get that kind of powdery film on your tongue.
Yeah, it's like, real nasty.
Yeah.
Real
or you'll
nasty
get that
taste,
crystal, you'll get that crystal crunchiness to it.
Yeah, that's not the sugar that hasn't been dissolved properly. And
exactly,
that's like sand in your fucking mouth, yeah.
Exactly. This has none of that. It is instantly smooth and creamy.
Yep.
But not overly rich and not heavy.
Yes, that's the other thing too. Yeah.
It's just amazing. I cannot, for the life of me, and you know how fucking critical I can be, I cannot fold it.
Yeah.
I can't fault it.
So is it worth the money?
Favorite drink, and I will even go as far, and this is going to be a shock, I will even go as far as to say I can replace my coffees with that.
Oh,
I would happily replace drinking coffee to drink that.
Yeah, that's a pretty big statement. That's a big statement.
Because I love my fucking coffee, but I would replace my coffee with that.
And it looks
in a heartbeat.
It looks really nice and rich too. It looks rich, like the color of it. Because I remember you showing me. It looks rich, but it isn't rich.
Yeah, it's rich, but without that
real sick and sweet,
over the top sickness that you get after the first 3 or 4 sips, and then you're like, oh, okay, that's just chocolatey, and that's too much.
Yeah, most definitely. Yep.
Yeah. It's a good one. I highly recommend. So Costco, because the Woolworths one, a box of 50 cost you about $37. So it is a bargain going to Costco.
Yeah, no, it is definitely. So head off to Costco and get yourself the bargain.
That one is definitely hitting the fucking jackpot with that one.
I've already done it about 3 or 4 times, but I'll do it again.
Do it again.
Because it is worth the money. So if you get, especially in this day and age, if you get something that's nice, you enjoy having, and it's worth the money, you fucking get it. It's as simple as that. It really is. It really is simple as that. Now, that's our, is it worth the money? Now it's time for our film reviews. So let's off to the movies.
Yep.
So you've actually got a bit of a oldie but a goodie.
Mate, I'll fucking watch this every time. I watch it every time. It's Gothica with Halle Berry.
See, I've actually never seen that movie.
You have to watch it, and you have to watch it in the dark. I'm sorry. Like, this is the thing. I can't watch horror, but I can watch some certain fucking paranormal ones. I've watched all the Paranormal Activities. I love the Paranormal Activities.
Oh, yeah.
The last one was a bit touch and go. I was a bit like, with my hand just like half, like do it. I don't know. But Gothica, every fucking time. Love it.
So it's definitely recommended.
Like, it's kind of like paranormal meets crime solving.
Okay. So it's a pretty good, interesting mix then. It's a good mix.
It's fucking great. I highly recommend it. I will happily watch it straight after this and then snore like a bitch. I fucking love it. It's 100% recommended. I'm pissed that they never made a second one. And do you know what the closing song is?
What?
No one knows what it's like to be the bad man. Yeah.
Which version did they do? Limp Bizkit, or did they do the original? That's Looking Through. Is it Looking Through Blue Eyes? Is that what the song's called?
Behind those eyes.
Behind the eyes. Behind Blue Eyes. That's the song. Behind Blue Eyes. Because I fucking love that song. He actually done a very good cover on that song. I will admit that.
Which one?
The Blue Eyes song. Limp Bizkit. They actually done because he's usually, when he does music, he's usually screaming, carrying on, blah, blah, blah. But that was actually one song he done that I know of anyway, that it actually was a good song. A real good song. Oh, right. So that was actually on that. Well, there you go. There you fucking go. Anyway. Anyway, our closing little segment here is about Pond 5, our good mates at Pond fucking 5, mate.
Gotta love Pond 5.
Yeah, Pond 5 is the fucking best. I haven't bought anything from as of recently because I've bought so much of them. But I am always looking at their libraries. They're great to fucking deal with. You can get all your music, your movies, all your media, all your effects, like everything that you've heard here now. All the music and effects that I've done is all from them. And if you go by our little link down the bottom, and you'll see Pond 5, go and click on that link because you get a 20% discount on your first order. And when you buy it, you get your license, you get your proof of purchase, you get receipts, and they are so great to deal with. If you have any problems with them, just send them an email and they'll send you back a email within 2 days. Not even that.
Make sure you read the terms and conditions though, guys. Make sure you read them thoroughly. And if you don't understand what you're looking at, speak to somebody who might understand.
Yeah, because they are very, very good at it, and I reckon they're a great website to go to for all your media needs. And plus, you could use it for Facebook, podcasting, TikTok, YouTube. You can use it for everything. Just as long as you
use it for anything and everything.
And you actually own it. You can use it all the time. The only thing is
certification for it and the rights.
Exactly. The only thing is you can't do, if you bought it, you can't give it to your mate down the road for them to use it because they haven't bought the rights to it. So just remember that too.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just great stuff. All you got to do is just put the little credits up.
But if old mate down the road likes it, make sure old mate down the road goes down to fucking Pond 5 and purchases the same one for himself.
Exactly. And the thing is here too, guys, you can get great music from, say, $5. I've seen them for all the way up to $1,000, but they are great fucking music and they're great tunes. So make sure you go and check them out.
What's the cheapest one we've seen? I think the cheapest one was like $4.
$4 it was for a 10-second or 15-second music track, and it's just good stuff. And actually, and they're not.
It'd be really good for like those local streamers and shit with their soundboards.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh shit yeah! And for podcasters and that type of shit.
No, because the thing is, right, a couple of my streaming buddies that I game with, do gaming streams. They get into a lot of shit all the time from Facebook about copyrights and shit. But with a place like Pond 5, if they go there for their soundboard material, they get the rights for it that they can then post directly to Facebook so that Facebook can't cancel them due to copyright issues.
Because every time they put it in the description, all they have to do is copy a link on the bottom. Done. Yep. That's all they got to do.
Exactly. Done.
Anyway, that is it for us today. Thank you very much.
No, it isn't. I got something to say.
Oh, yes. Right.
What do you get when you cross a dick with a potato?
What?
A dictator. Why do walruses love a Tupperware party?
Why?
They're always on the lookout for a tight seal. And finally, what do you call an expert fisherman?
What?
A masturbator. Okay, bye.
All right, very good, guys.